Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whatever time it is that you're listening to this brief introduction. And thank you for stopping by and visiting my website. Um, Basically, I wonder how many of us looking at the background behind me would like to think of their retirement as being able to visit Caribbean islands such as the one behind me, or even live here. Um, and with proper planning, well, whilst it might be a pipe dream for many of us, um, it could well become reality. It is all about planning, and that's what my business that I'm promoting here is all about. The need to plan well in advance in life for significant financial milestones such as retirement in particular. So, who am I, and why should you continue listening to me? Well, my name is Paul Mitchell, and I've had 35 years experience as a UK independent financial advisor, regulated by the FCA, and achieved qualification to Chartered Financial Planner status, which is awarded by examination only by the UK's Chartered Insurance Institute. And this is a qualification that most planners in the UK aspire to, and probably around 35 to 40% of advisors have now reached that status. It is still somewhat an elevated status. Now, fortunately, I was lucky enough around a year ago to be able to sell my practice that I built up over many years, having helped hundreds of clients plan for retirement and enter into a long and successful retirement. And having effectively retired from regulated giving of financial advice, I still felt there was something else I wanted to do in life as opposed to just traveling around the world, playing golf, and just generally taking it easy. And so I came upon the idea of offering a financial coaching and retirement mentoring service to help people, perhaps such as yourself, that are in need of help and guidance, but at this stage may not be in need of physically formal regulated financial advice. In my own sphere, I still manage all of my own investments and personal pension plans. And so whilst technically having retired around a year ago, I still keep very close to developments in all of the financial markets on a daily basis. So just to emphasize the purpose of my business, I am not providing you with regulated financial advice, but with coaching, guidance, information, and mentoring to help you improve your relationship with all things money and investment related. See, during my 35 years of helping hundreds of people to achieve a successful financial lifestyle in retirement, I realize that there are many significant challenges that are facing people who are approaching retirement today. One of those factors is that generally most people lack the knowledge and the confidence when it comes to dealing with complex financial matters. As we all know, financial products, especially pensions, are often mind-bogglingly complex and opaque and are very confusing to most people, no matter what you've done in life, no matter how well educated you are, no matter what business you've been in. Statistics also point to the fact that only 1 in 10 people in the UK have ever used an independent financial advisor or sought professional advice. So that begs the question what the other 9 out of 10 are doing. And also it begs the question, why does only 1 in 10 people take financial advice? On top of that, I recently read an article that said that in 2023, almost two-thirds of people took benefits from their pension schemes without taking advice. Now, in many cases, they may have made good choices, but I suspect that in lots of cases, there may have been choices available to those people that were perhaps more optimal, but that the people, because they weren't receiving advice, never realized the benefit from them. And so took effectively perhaps a default option. The other challenge for people facing retirement today is that when it comes to taking regulated advice, most independent financial advisors, or IFAs as they're called, tend to only want to deal with clients who have at least £100,000 in investable assets. And often this minimum could be a lot higher. I know lots of firms and advisors that will really not deal with clients with less than £200,000 of assets. And again, this leaves millions of people essentially cut off from financial help. And indeed, it's something that the regulator in the UK, the FCA, has been aware of for many years, and it constantly refers to in its policy papers and bulletins as to the advice gap. And for years, they've also been trying to work out how best to close this advice gap. And to some extent, at least, I believe that financial coaching and guidance can play a very large part in this respect. And they're going to stress not by giving regulated financial advice, but by providing people with the ability to learn more, get better educated, talk through their current situation, their goals, their needs, and have a sounding board with their financial coach before perhaps then going on to seek formal regulated advice, which at some point may well be needed. So how does financial coaching and lifestyle coaching and retirement coaching differ from regulated advice? Well, with regulated advice, this tends to be, and these are somewhat generalizations I appreciate, does tend to be more product and solution focused. As I've already mentioned, many IFAs to deal with you will want you to have quite a high minimum level of assets before being comfortable working with you. And that's because they have very high costs of running their business, regulatory burdens to deal with. And therefore, for clients with much less than, say, 150,000, it really isn't worth their while, or the fee they would have to charge you will be disproportionately high compared to the amount of assets that you may be dealing with. Ultimately, when dealing with an IFA, the ultimate outcome for you is likely to lead you to investing in very complex solutions and structures, which then will need that IFA to continue managing that account for you, which is not a problem, providing you are prepared to pay for that ongoing advice and service. And again, when you look at the business model of most IFAs, they are generally remunerated in whole and sometimes in part by the sale of new business, and certainly by the taking of ongoing fees for managing their existing investment values. Now, I stress there's nothing wrong with anything of above. I just make the point simply to contrast this with how financial coaching works. So what is financial coaching and guidance? Well, I think for many people, this is the step you need to take first before seeing a regulated advisor. Now, obviously, if you have a regulated advisor already, that's fine. I suppose I'm really addressing now people who actually are coming to this space for the first time, maybe 5-10 years away from retirement. They may even be a few weeks away. Hopefully not, but if that's the situation, then that's the situation. So really, financial coaching is something that you need to do first. It's all around life-focused planning. It's about setting goals, understanding what your objectives are, what sort of retirement you want to achieve and when, and what financial arrangements you have already that can be then deployed to try and help you achieve that level of lifestyle that you're aiming to create. So it will encompass all aspects of your future lifestyle and needs, not just the financial. It really is a holistic approach. Financial coaching also provides affordable guidance and information. It's a pay-as-you-need-me approach. There is no ongoing financial commitment. There is no products to sell you here. It's simply you and I and your significant other, a partner, whoever. If you want to hold a coaching session with 3 people, that's absolutely fine. And the purpose of these coaching sessions will be to give you a clearer direction and more confidence when it comes to dealing with money matters, and certainly giving you a roadmap as to how to plan for and ultimately enjoy a more sustainable, successful retirement. And I think finally, it will help you to think more independently about your own needs and objectives in financial and lifestyle terms. So in summary, the benefits of accessing financial and lifestyle coaching is that you're going to receive comprehensive life planning. You should get a lot more financial clarity about your current situation, where you want to be in the future, when you want to be in the future, what you have at your disposal, what more you might need to do between now and the day you wish to retire, etc., etc. It certainly will be a fairly cost-effective approach because you're only going to pay for coaching sessions as and when you need them. And if that's just a one and done session, then fine. that isn't a problem. There is no ongoing commitment in dealing with me as a financial and retirement lifestyle coach. And also, it could well be a bridge to that professional regulated advice that we talked about earlier. It may be that after one or two coaching sessions with someone like myself, it then becomes obvious to both of us that you now need to look to start transacting. You now need to look to maybe amalgamate and consolidate existing plans you have, because you're at the point where you now need to start taking benefits. And therefore, the coaching sessions will have identified this for you. And again, will give you far more confidence and understanding as to why you now need to go out and seek a regulated advisor. So in terms of the coaching process which I offer, well, I'm pleased to say that initially I'm very happy to offer a 15-minute free, no obligation consultation over Zoom. We call this an initial discovery session where you and I can have a brief discussion as to what it is you're trying to achieve, where you think you are now, where you want to get to, and what help you might need along the way. If after that 15 minutes you believe that there are enough areas of need and attention, then if you wish, we can book a 90-minute full in-depth coaching session, which will be time costed. My usual fee for a 90-minute session is £250, and then future sessions, if you want them, we can agree basically what you need out of those future sessions. And again, depending on the time used, I'll give you a quote which you can either agree with or walk away from. So there's never going to be any ongoing commitment to take up future sessions. Within that coaching process, what we will be focusing on is you primarily, not me, but you. We'll be looking at goal setting, determining when and how you're going to be able to move from the world of work to the world of retirement, what actions you need to take between now and then to ensure that you have the resources, the financial means in place to achieve a sustainable, financially successful retirement. This may also include strategies such as cash flow modeling, for which an extra charge may apply, but again, if that would be the case, I would let you know in advance. It can also mean regular reviews, such that you may want to have a session with me once a year, once every 18 months, depending on how far you are away from retirement. And really, at any time within those regular reviews, I'm there to have a second opinion, use me as a sounding board as and when you need me. Also, during my time, interestingly enough, in the regulated advisory world, I came across an increasing number of people that felt they could manage their own investments, their own pension plans, once their products were established for them by their regulated IFA. And whilst that might sound quite unusual, maybe even quite risky, I can understand why certain clients might feel they have the confidence to do this. And it's not for me to say that that's the wrong thing to do. If that's what you want to do, then maybe financial coaching can help you as well, because often when you are planning and running your own investment portfolio, it is useful every now and again to have a discussion, to compare notes, so to speak, to have someone perhaps give you a second opinion as to how your plans are performing, how the investment strategy is working, is it in line with your attitude to risk, etc. And so for those people who are self-managing, self-directing their investment funds, again, periodic coaching sessions may well be of interest for you. So I hope that gives you an initial overview as to how financial and lifestyle and retirement coaching can work. If it is of interest and you want to take it further, then on this website that this video is in, you'll see various buttons that will allow you to book that initial free 15-minute no obligation discovery call, or you can email me at my email address, paul@yoursmartretirementcoach.uk, or you can send me a WhatsApp message to +44 7887 788759. Again, all these details are on the website, and there's even an inquiry form you can fill in and send it through to me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, I would like to thank you for listening and watching this video, and whatever you decide to do, I do wish you all the very best for your financial future and a long, happy and prosperous retirement. Thank you.